Hello, hi everyone. So, welcome to the day 7 of the VBA and the macro automation. So, today we're going to see some custom functions and the VLOOKUP functions because earlier sessions we have already covered with the range objects and the built-in methods and what are the types of functions and different types of how we can calculate the worksheet functions and different inbuilt functions we have seen like absolute array and choose and date add like day month this type of functions we have seen, right? So today we're going to start with a one topic which is called as a VLOOKUP function. Now just give you the scenario how you can calculate the VLOOKUP with the help of a VBA, right? And how that particular code will going to help you. So I can consider that you have an Excel with you all. So open your Excel, all of you. Can you see? Have you opened this Excel with you? Right now, just open your VBA editor by using Alt plus F11 or by using Alt tab also. Now, just go to sheet 1, do the right click, go to view code, which is as usual. Today, we're going to see how we can create a one VBA code, and that VBA code is giving me some kind of an you can say a lookup function. Okay, lookup value of the given sheets. Now, suppose what I'm doing, I'm taking some data and suppose I'm writing a part here, and on second column I'm writing suppose price. Okay, I've taken two columns and I'm giving some part like A122. Okay, any value I'm giving 122, then B 123, then C 124, okay, D 125, E 126, EF 127, then G 128. Like this I'm given, right? With respect to I've given some price, and that price can be in decimal plus anything, right? It doesn't matter, right? So I've given some values. Now what I want, suppose I'm getting one that functions. In that function what happen if I'm inputting my this particular row, okay, that is A4, then it should give me the lookup value with respect to the price, right? I should get my price with respect to this type of function. This is a small type of data, okay, just from A7 to A just B8, from A1 to B8. This is very small data, okay, not that much also big one. Okay, but when you're going to work with a big sheet, the same procedure will going to help you. Okay, the formula will be same, the functions which you're going to write will be same. Okay, just the parameters will going to get changed. Now suppose I'm writing get price, right? I'm writing get price. These functions I'm writing get price. Can you see it? So I should increase the little bit font size. Can you able to see get price? Now suppose I'm getting one variable name as in part num, okay, and this part num as I'm setting as a variant data type because it will going to change by the given parameter. Now I'm giving dim price as double because it is containing that is a decimal also and integer also, so I can set for double. Now in part num what is happening, I'm giving what input box, okay, in part num I'm giving as input box, and that input box contains some number like enter the part number, okay, like this, enter the part number. And in sheets, suppose I'm creating a sheets, in that sheets let's take sheet 1, right? Sheet 1 I'm taking dot activate, let's activate the sheet 1. Got it? Okay, let's activate the sheet 1. And in sheet 1 what's happening, let's take a price, different variable which I have taken, and give this price as worksheet function, right? You're performing the worksheet functions, so worksheet functions, worksheet function dot VLOOKUP. Can you see VLOOKUP? Do the enter and give the parameter. You can give the parameter as part num which is going to take from the user, and let's give the range. So range we can select from, like, let's see the range, that is A1 to B8. So you can give range from A1 to B8, right? And let's close this, and let's give the second column, because my price is in second column, and the value which I am setting as false. You can give 0 also, it depends upon you. Now in message box I am printing like part num. Okay, part num and ampersand cost ampersand price. Okay, so let's run this. Let's run this VBA. Compiler error, input box, right, the wrong specification, the wrong spelling mistakes we have given. Let's run this again. Yeah, definitely it's saying that enter the part number. So I can enter, like, I am entering C124. Okay, C124 I am entering. What do you have got? C124 having the cost 65.2, right? Definitely you can see 6124 having the cost 65.2, right? So this is my price number. Now with respect to this part which I have given, right, can you able to see that is C124 contain the 65.2 price. You can take anything you want. Suppose I am giving this one, and here I am passing A122. See, A122 having the cost that is 526. Can you see? So this is the VLOOKUP function. Okay, you can create a VLOOKUP function like this. Now we have seen all the built-in functions, right? Still now we have seen all the built-in function. We can create our own function, guys. Okay, we can create our own function if you want. Own function means custom functions. Okay, that is also called as user-defined functions or the custom functions. Now suppose what happened, you can create a own function by using the function keyword. Okay, use the function keyword. Now suppose I wanted to do the addition of two numbers or multiplication of two numbers. Okay, like this one. So what I am doing, addition, okay, or adding I am doing, and adding contains the two parameters, that is num1 and num2. Got it? And I can set as double. Addition can be done in any part, and you can see I've got my end function automatically. Now what I am saying here, I am saying that adding equal to, okay, in this adding num1 plus num2. Okay, num1 plus num2. Now let's take a different procedure, that is sub, okay, show result, sub show result. And this show result, what are you going to create? I'm going to create a two variable, that is dim, suppose n1 as double, okay, and dim n2 as double, right? Got it? Now suppose n1 equal to 100 I am giving, or n2 equal to I am giving as 200. Okay, the addition I should get 300, like this. So let's store this in result, and I'm storing like adding to. In this I am using my adding function. Can you see? Adding function. Now I should pass the two parameters. I should pass this n1 and n2. This two I should pass, because, and this parameter is already taken. You can run this function here, but it is going to give me the show result. Like, can you see? It's showing me the show result. Can you able to see it? If I'm running this function, it automatically showing me this show result procedure. Okay. Now let's print in the message box result, or you can say, let me write the addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers. Is addition of two numbers is, you can write, and okay, and result, right? Now let's run this. The addition of two numbers is 300. Can you see? The addition of two numbers is 300, right, guys? If you want, suppose you want to take the input from the user, so just take the input box. Inside the input box, write, enter the first number, okay, and let's copy this. Okay, I got it. Input box. Now let's copy this one, paste it here, enter the second number, and you are taking the from the user, taking the numbers from the user, right? So kindly, okay, don't save it. Now let's run this. Yeah, there is some kind of an error defined. Input box. Okay, input box. It's happened. Input box. Got it. No worries. See now. Now run this. And the first number, that is 100 or 1000, and the second number, that is 2000. I should get 3000. Can you see? The addition of two number is 3000. Right. So any kind of I guess doubt you have, I can consider that is no, because see, this is a very simple function I've created. Now what you can do, you can create your own functions, and suppose you are creating a calculator, okay, and in that calculator you are giving a different values, right? You can create a calculator function and in that perform all the operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, okay, division, modulus, this all operations you can perform, and simply pass this store that all this particular function or call this function in your main program, that is sub result program or any kind of a procedure, and store that and simply print that particular all the numbers. So it's kind of a, you can say a small task, you can say, or a small project you can take. Okay, just do it from your site, and if you're getting any kind of doubt, do comments guys. Okay, you are getting any kind of an, you can say any mistake or any kind of doubts you are getting, you're not able to just create the logics, okay, all that part, definitely I'll going to read your comments and I'm going to give the answers. Now so this is all about the functions, okay, inbuilt functions and the user defined functions, right? Let's move to our little bit of programming concepts. On the earliest sessions, the initial stage of the sessions, you have been observed that I have taken some kind of an, you can say, a controlling statements, right? Statements like if, then, else, right? Switch case. These things I have taken. You haven't remember that I have taken just a slightest example of it in order to show how that particular functional programming works, right? Control programming statement or decision making statement works, right? So in order to do in a very deeper way, right, let's create our this you can say code. Okay, let's write our code in a more depth way, like we're going to see how this all the control programming flow and making decisions flow statements will going to help your life, right? Now if you haven't observed properly, like some VBA procedures start at the code's beginning, right, and it progress line by line, right, and to the end, deviating from the top to bottom program flow. And macro that you record always work like this only. In many cases, however, if you need to control the flow of your code by skipping over the some statements over the other statements and executing the some statement multiple times and testing the condition to determine what the procedure does next, okay, you can use the control statements and the decision statements for that, right? So some of the control decision statements we have seen like go to statement, if then structure, then select case, do while, for next, right, do until, like this type of things we have seen. We're going to start with a if statements, right? Now before starting with the statements, there might be questions, okay, if you are going for the VB automation, there is a kind of a question you're going to encounter, that what is meant by structured programming, okay, does it matter or not? What is meant by structured programming, or does it matter or not? If I'll give you a general, you can say a basic definition of it, okay, of the structured programming in a very layman terms. If you see, suppose if you hang around with the programmers, okay, sooner or later you're going to hear this structured programming concept, I know that. Now this term around this particular, for decades the programmers generally agree that the structured programs are superior to the unstructured programs, right? So this might be a question that what is the structured programming and can you do that by using the VB or not? Okay, now the basic objective and the premise of a structured programming is that any kind of routine or code segment should have only one entry point and one exit point. That is a very important line I have to just tell you. Okay, any routine or any program or code segment should have only one entry point and one exit point. In other words, suppose if you go for the movie, right? Now tell me, if you go for the movie, there's a one entry point, right? If you are entering into screen number 1, right? So you are entering from the door, so that is the entry point. There's a one entry point, and there's a, with respect to that, in every movie and theater hall, there's a one exit point is there, right? Definitely there is a one exit point, and when the movie get finishes, you're going to get exit by that exit gate, right? So in that concept only, it should have only one entry point and one exit point. That is the basic premise of this structure programming. Okay, that your block of code should be stand alone unit. Okay, a program cannot jump into the middle of the unit. Okay, nor it can exit at any point except the single exit point which I am talking about. Okay, now we are going to start with a if then structures. Now suppose let's create our one sub. I am creating, suppose, greet me. Okay, so greet me. Let's work with the first if then statements, if and then. Now if my time is less than 0.5, then message box, okay, we can write in next line, message box good morning, right? Now we can say that it is not a 0.5, right? 0.5 means 12 noon. Okay, remember guys, 0.5 means 12 noon. If my time is less than 0.5, then message box should print good morning. Okay, otherwise it should not going to print anything. If I'm running this function, let's execute this. Yeah, we have to give a end if also. Whenever you are using the this particular statement, if we have to include the end if. Okay, we have to include that in if. Okay, necessary, that is a mandatory part. Now let's execute this, right? It's not getting anything. Can you see? It's not executing anything. Why? Because we know that our just the time is 7:20, right? And 7:20 is less than 0.5, that is, it is not at 12 noon, definitely. Now if you'll see, let me give you this scenario. Let me give this one. If time is greater than equal to 0.5, then should give me message box good evening. Okay, good evening, right? And you can use the end if. Now let's run this. But you can say good evening. Can you see it? Good evening, right? Because my particular compiler is not executed this one, it has executed this block of code, right? Because my time is greater than 0.5 only, it is greater than after the 12 noon only. Now it's 7:20, definitely it's a correct statement, that's why it is executed the good evening part. Now right, now suppose I've used only if then condition, right? Now what I have multiple condition and I have to execute one after another, but every time I can't use only if and if and if, right? Like this way, it is for 1 2 3 kind of a statements. Okay, so for that purpose we also have an if then else example. Okay, in if then else statement, what happens? Suppose let's create sub greet me. I'm reading you greet me, right? And what I am writing, if my time is less than 0.5, then message box, that's a message box I'm printing good morning, right? Now I'm writing else message box good evening boys girls, right? Now suppose I'm running this particular function. Yeah, there is a compiler error. What is the compiler error? If time is less than 0.5, then okay, we have to give the and if, right? We have forgot about the and if. Else, now let's run this. Okay, there is a two function. Let's give the different name. Start taking with the same name. See, good evening, boys or girls. Can you see? Good evening, boys or girls. Definitely, by time is less than 0.5, it's not going to execute this one. Definitely, my statement will going to execute this one, right? So this is the example, simple example of if and else, how the if and else get worked. Got it? Now there can be also a case where suppose uh, there can be a multiple condition. Like suppose sub greet me thrice. Thrice you can set. Okay. In that I am writing. Let's create a one first. You can say statement, that is dim message as a string, and inside the string if my time is less than 0.5, okay, then message box can print morning, means message you can print as morning. Okay, let's give it capital. And if my time is greater than equal to 0.5, then message equal to afternoon. Okay, and if my time is greater than equal to 0.75, then message equal to evening. Got it? So multiple if conditions I have used in order to show you how it's going to work. Now and if. Now let's run this. Okay, if I'll run this one and let me give the particular message box. Inside this message box I'm typing as a good, and let's attach this particular message good and ampersand message. Okay, now let's run this. What you can say, good evening, right? Definitely it's a evening one, and 0.75 means at the 3. Okay, so time is greater than 3, definitely 7.25 is greater than 3 noon. Now if I run this, it should give me a good evening, right? So in this way your if statements, okay, works. Now what happened, I don't want to use this if again and again, if and if and if. So instead of that I have a statement which is called as an else if statement. Okay, I have a statement which is called as an else if statement. Greet me, suppose 4 times, getting me 4 times, and let's give the statement will be same, dim message as a string. Okay, now if my time is less than 0.5, then message hello, good morning. Okay, here now I am writing else if, and we have to give the condition, that is time is greater than equal to 0.5, and let's give the one more condition, time is less than equal to 0.75, then you can give me the message. You can use the and statement in order to give the conditions. Message equal to hello, good evening. Okay, okay, else if. Okay, and if this is also not executing, it means that I should execute my else statement, and inside this message, yo, what's up everyone, got it? So this should be the conditions. Now I can use the end if. Okay, I'm not going to use the message box. Now let's run this. What's happened? If statements, else if is given, okay, less than equal to 7.5. If you give 7.5, yeah, now it should run. It's not working. Message as string. If time is 0.5, then I've written correctly everything, but it's not executing now. Then else if time is greater than 0.5 and time is less than 7.5, then message equal to afternoon, or else message equal to evening. And if should be there. Okay, it's not executing. Okay, some kind of an. Okay, now let's try. Actually, we are getting some error here. Let's give some short part. Okay, we haven't printed the message yet, right? Yeah, let's print the message. That message box, and inside the message box, hi. I'm sending hi. This much is enough. And message. Let's run this now. Now you can see hi yo, what's up everyone. It means this part has been get executed, right? So in this way, if and else statement works. Okay, and else in if also, it will going to work in this way only. Got it? Let's create a small program where suppose I want to create some discount, or I want to calculate some discount. Okay, on the basis of this else if only, I'm going to calculate some discount. So based on the quantity, I'm going to take two variables. That two variables can be anything you wanted to give the name, like suppose we're going to give the quantity or discount. Okay, in quantity I'm entering the quantity. I'm going to take the input from the user, and based on some certain conditions, we're going to give the discounts. Okay, so let's see how that particular program works. Now suppose sub show discount. Okay, show discounts and dim quantity as integer and dim discount as double. Okay, now if my quantity equal to, suppose I'm giving input box, in this I'm putting enter quantity. Okay, you are giving enter quantity. Now in this quantity, and you are entering into the quantity. Now suppose let's create a condition. If my guys, instead of writing this quantity again and again, let's write here. If my quantity is greater than 0 and if my quantity is less than 25, so we can give, what we can give, we can give the discount of 0.1, right? We can give the discount of 0.1. Else if, okay, else if my quantity is greater than equal to 25 and use the space, and my quantity is less than 50, I can give the discount how much, 0.15. Suppose this much discount is enough, I guess. Else if I'm giving quantity is greater than equal to 50, right, and quantity is less than equal to 75, then what I can give, discount equal to 0.25. This much I can give, 0.2, or let's set 0.2. Else if my quantity is greater than equal to 75, okay, then we can think that our discount should be, we should increase our discount price. 0.25 is enough. Less and if the condition, and in message box we can print discount, let's give the discount ampersand discount, right. Just check the spelling, guys, because one single spelling mistake will going to give you an error. Now let's run this. Yeah, saying enter the quantity. Suppose I am entering 15, discount 0.1 I am getting, right. Then suppose I am giving 656, what is saying, discount 0.25, it is greater than 75, right. Or actually you can write, instead of 0.1 you can give the around, suppose 10%, okay, or you can giving a 15%, or you're giving a 20%, like this way, or you're giving a 25%. In this way you can give it if you want. And let's run this function. We're going to say enter this amount, I'm setting as 80. What is the discount? That is 25% of discount, rupees 80, right. So you can see now here, actually the condition which I'm setting, if you see here, the condition which I'm setting is kind of, you can say, a three condition, like else if, else if, else if. I've used it the three times, else if, else if, else if, right. Can you see what happened? Personally, I find this multiple else if and if structures is rather a cumbersome task. Why? Because it can be perfect for when you're giving the around 2 or 3 conditions, if we have hardly, and it is a perfect that you're using the if condition. But you have more than the 3 or more choices, right. Choice of your particular condition will be more than 4, 5, 6, like in this way. So using this if else and getting the this kind of a nested structure is kind of not a good thing, right, because your code become little bit messy, and it becomes complex to read why that particular if else condition is happening, right. So in order to overcome this, we have a one particular statement called as select and case. Okay, we have one particular statement which is called as a select and case. Now in select and case, we can give one condition to the select statement, right, and we're going to execute that all the conditions with different condition using the case statement. Okay, suppose I have around multi-way decision, like around 5 to 6 decisions I have to make, or I have to make some choices, 5 to 6 choices. So definitely I'm not going to use the if else statement, only I can use it, but in order to avoid the cumbersome part, we can use the select case statement, right. Same thing I can do with a select case statement, this discount and quantity, if you want. How? Let's see. Okay, today we will going to see the one example of select and case statement. Okay, just a simple basic example. On the basis of that, tomorrow we're going to see in more depth way, okay, how the select and case statement works with the sheets and all that part. So let's take an example of this select case only. I'm getting a sub show discounts, and I'm giving as dim as quantity. Let's give the Let's copy this. I'm going to copy everything as it is. Okay, let's copy this as it is only, and instead of giving the quantity, right, again writing quantity again and again. Okay, let's, no worries, we can write it. Let's use the select statement. Now select case, right, quantity, select case. Let's again copy this quantity. I've selected. Now suppose I am getting now case. Now I have given a condition, quantity condition. Now in cases I am going to write different condition, like if 0 to 24 is given, if my condition is 0 to 24, it means that discount I should get 10%. If my case is 25 to 49, right, then I can give discount equal to suppose 50%. Now if my case around is 0 to, that is 50 to 74, right, what I can give, okay, I know I've written a wrong thing, it always pip me up. Now case fast, let's give a discount as suppose 20%. Now if I writing the case 75, more than 75, right, I want to write more than 75, is greater than equal to 75, right, so I can write as discount equal to 25%. This much I can give, and let's end this select. Okay, whenever you are creating opening the select, you should end it. And this select message box discount ampersand discount, right. Now let's run this again, it will be the same. Wow, I know, let's use this too. Now let's run this and show discount. As you can see, now enter the quantity, you are entering the quantity as 15, is giving the discount as 10%. If I'm entering the this quantity as suppose 100, it is giving me the discount as 25%, right. Can able to see how I have used this select and case statement, right, and just avoiding this else and if conditions, and writing this much particular big conditions in order to use the else if and writing the end statement. So instead of writing this one, I've just given a select, and in the cases I've given a different conditions. Can you see, it's very easily I've given this conditions. Okay, now I've given us some ranges from 0 to 24, 25 to 49, 50 to 74, and greater than 75. So any number of statements can follow each case statements, and they are all executed if the case is true. If you use only case statement, right, as in this example, you can put the statement on the same line as the keywords, okay, and you can proceed by colon, and then VBA statement will go into separate the character for it. How? Suppose you don't want to write this particular in a different line, but it looks your code very easily to read, right, very easy to read. But if you want to write like in this way, so you can give the semicolon, okay, you can give the semicolon, and you can write it like in this way, right, and you can get this way, right, and select, and you can see file. Let's give the different name, guys, otherwise it will going to show you the error, right, the same function name should not be there. Now let's run this. Can you see, enter the quantity, I'm going to 15, say discount 10%, again it's working. If I'm giving 100, definitely it's going to give me the 100%, it's working, that is discount 25%, right. So this is called as in select case structure, right. Tomorrow we will see the nested select case in a very depth way. and we will also going to see with the different built-in functions, and with the help of the AI how we can work with the sheets also, right? So all the things we're going to see it. So for today, I guess this much is more than enough, right? So now if you wanted to learn in this VBA automation and how this particular VBA macro is going to help with you on the field of data analysis and on field of data science, right? So you can connect to the Coachx.Live. Definitely they're going to guide you at the very best level. Okay, so till then, bye bye guys, take care. Okay, see you next time.